Welcome to Croatia, and here we are with another episode of
Beer Talk.
Okay, we got a problem today. We don't have beers in front of us.
Now, between beers. Sorry.
No wines, no water, no beverage.
Nothing.
No, we do have chickens.
We do have chickens, yes.
That's right.
And throughout the show, you'll probably hear the chickens over there, the roosters crowing. Actually, that's a whole thing of roosters over there.
Yeah,
so.
it's a boys' club.
Yes.
Boys' club, Croatian style.
We're going to start by going back in time a little bit, because the last episode we wanted to share some of the images from Plivice, the waterfall pictures, and I actually have them here. And when you look at this and the beautiful video, the water's there, it's crystal clear, just absolutely gorgeous. And when we were there, the light coming through the trees just modeled the area so nice. And there, the moss, it was a lot of fun. Laura and I hiked 10 and a half miles, and I did catch some fish. So those are the fish I caught on camera. So
yeah, fish story.
Yes, yes, the fish story.
It's already fishy.
And then the first day in Zagreb, you went wandering around, Mike.
Yeah, I did.
And then we caught up with you and
Right.
did some walking around ourselves. What was it that you found fascinating there?
Well, I think the one of the things that was fascinating was all the incredible artwork. And as we were strolling through a park, Peter picked out a particular fascinating piece of artwork that, as you can see here, speaking of waterfalls, it seems like this was a new take on outdoor bathrooms, or it was a how-to guide for those of you who are less than clued in on how this is done outside. So this is a little wall along there. And then
I did like how I asked you to turn towards the camera, and you said no. So.
Right. Just in case there were security cameras from the city there,
Yeah.
I wanted some deniability on that. But anyway, yeah, Peter was kind enough to capture that for all posterity and share it with the world. Thank you so much.
Now, we did, however, wander around, and then we had our tour, and the tour was a lot of fun, because
Yeah.
we had Yasmin. Is that how you
She
pronounce it?
pronounced it Yasmina, I
Yes.
think, at first,
Yasmina.
but Jasmine, as we would say in the States, they don't use the J sound much. Usually they substitute a Y sound.
That's
Yeah,
right.
and I do, we were doing our city tour in the rain. You see the umbrellas, you see the raincoats. That didn't hinder anything. We had a good time, and we saw a lot of things. So,
Yeah, she was an excellent tour guide. She just knew her city. She passionate about her city and entertaining, excellent English. It was really a well-done tour.
yeah, and so this was the art museum, wasn't it?
Or Opera
I
House.
think that
one
was
of
the
the-
Opera House,
I think
yes.
that's the Opera
Okay,
House.
that's why I have you guys here with me.
Yeah, that's right. You can tell Peter was paying attention to the tour.
Oh, I
He
know.
was busy taking pictures. And
Yeah.
to his credit, he did a great job.
Well, the picture here.
yeah.
That was the park leading up to the art museum, I
It was
think.
at the Horseshoe Park.
And we found this interesting because this is a weather
Barometer,
station.
yes.
Yeah.
That was from what year?
100 years ago or
100 years,
Yes,
yeah.
1800s, yes.
Yeah, and the irony is, I think it's the same instruments that our meteorologists use today, because it said that it was clear, but obviously our umbrellas tell a different story.
That's right.
Inside is a little guy doing this. So I think, but the temperature was accurate, and they do
Yeah.
keep historical records of it.
That's right.
Yeah.
But she was having a great time with the unpredictability of the weather.
This image gives you a good taste of how much there is to see in Zagreb. There were arrows going everywhere, and just the culture, the beauty, the people, and every which.
Yeah, the buildings are primarily, I think, late 1800s in architecture and very walkable city.
Yeah.
Not terribly touristy, so it was nice. It was
And
nice.
I was most impressed by the number of trams that they had going through there.
Yeah.
Like every minute they were racing through.
Yeah, yeah.
I was surprised by how they're still dealing with earthquake damage and
Yeah.
repairing things, and that was in 2020.
Right, in March 2020, they got, just after the shutdown, they had a 5.5 magnitude earthquake that apparently shook them up pretty good. I mean, literally and figuratively.
And this shop here is the one that I got my tie in when we were here in 2021.
Oh, when you said
And-
you tied one on, I didn't. Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah. So when I was working, I wore ties, and so instead of getting a T-shirt on the trip, I would get a tie.
Yeah.
And I got a great collection of them that are hanging in the closet now, and
Yes.
so I got a. Maybe you can have some Thai parties, and I can,
Yeah, we'll get some Thai food.
There,
Never mind, moving right along. Yeah. So
Yeah.
anyway, Yasmina was talking to us about how the city of
Zagreb.
Zagreb, however you say that, originated as two kind of independent little towns over top of a river. And we were all wondering, okay, so where's the river? And she was talking about how this town would fight with this town on either side of the river, and there was no river. And I thought it was funny that somebody in the group asked her, well, what were they fighting over? And she just said, it's the Balkans. That's what we do. And I thought that was a whole summation of so much of their history. But then she took us to the river, which turned out to be probably was just a stream originally. And when the towns combined in 1850 or so, they built a street over the river. There is no river. Can't see it.
No, and there was a bridge called the Bloody Bridge,
Yeah.
and apparently that's where people got into fights. But now that's just a bloody road.
As the British would say. But anyway, interesting history and up and down through the hills around the old town, and beautiful old buildings and good restaurants. Yeah, it's a nice city.
Now that's Yasmin.
Yasmina? Yeah.
Yasmina, and then Tomo, our tour manager. Both of them are doing well. She did great. Tomo's doing a great job
Fabulous job.
enjoying.
Yeah.
He's excellent.
So as we go into our different tours and stuff like that in the cities, it's such a treasure to have the local guide that really knows and knows their town, but also is passionate about
Yes,
it.
exactly.
Yeah, I think Jasmina, exemplified that in how enthused she was about
Right,
representing.
and adding a layer that we never would have understood, such as talking about she at the time when she was growing up, and I think she was about a teenager or so, was living well north of Zagreb a bit, and the war of the 1990s was going on, and they lived down in their basement bomb shelter for weeks at a time, and we had no clue that kind of stuff was going on.
Yeah, it's really interesting to hear that firsthand story about that. I will say that we had quite a few stairs. So when we were doing our city tour, we were going up, and so this is the shot as we were leaving, and we were going down, and this is one of the narrow alleyways, and it's just covered with chewing gum on both sides, and so it's something that you wouldn't want to
Touch
or lean up against. But that was. Let's see. That we didn't talk about the market. So
Yeah, then they have a market every day, I think 9 or 8 in the morning, 7 till 2.
Yes.
Fresh fruits, vegetables, vendors from all over the region.
Hey, Dan.
Hey.
You got a minute?
Sure.
Scoot over this way, guys. Dan, you can join us on the end there. Okay, we've got somebody joining us here halfway through. Yeah, go ahead and sit down. We're live right now, so everything you say is going to be quoted somewhere in
History.
time. Yes.
So mind what you say.
So we're still
Cameras up
talking
there.
about Zagreb in our day there, and there was the market upstairs, and then downstairs had the fruits, vegetables, meats. Now this is what I thought was interesting, because you know how in the States when we get a container
A
of
carton
eggs,
of eggs, yeah.
what do we refer to?
You go get a dozen of eggs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a dozen eggs. They sell them in a 10-pack.
Yeah.
So
Is it a metric
yeah.
system thing?
Yeah, I'm in Canada. Is it 10 eggs or 12 eggs?
12.
12. Yeah.
Well,
So
10
I
eggs
just-
here. So you don't ask for a dozen, you ask for a carton of eggs.
Yep. Yep.
And it's
And,
going to be 10.
Is that shrinkflation again?
It's what?
Shrinkflation.
Been going on for a long time.
Yes.
The chicken union had a good negotiator. So, yeah, we only have to give you 10.
And we did go to another part of the market which had all the flowers, and it was
Yeah.
very colorful. And I don't have that picture here because there was a gentleman at the end that was buying some lilies. And it was so funny because he just wanted to pay and go, and the lady, oh, you need a rose to go with that, and so she puts a rose with it and starts handing it to him, and then takes it back and goes and wraps it up, and he's trying to pay, and he's reaching in. Then she turns around again, and it was comical. I really enjoyed that. So as we continue on with what our day was, Mike, Laura, Leanne, and I went out to lunch.
Yeah.
And we tried to go to this restaurant the day before, and
Yeah, called Fischleck.
what did he say when we walked in?
Well, he said, well, there are no tables, and it's a little place. There, maybe room for 15 customers at a time. And I said, how about if we come back in 30 minutes? And he just kind of looked at me and laughed. And he said, no, even in 90 minutes, they won't be gone. People come here, get a table, sit and have lunch, and sit and drink their coffee after maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, no problem. And that's the way it is here. We've repeatedly heard of the coffee culture. They sit in these outdoor markets and things and drink coffee for 2 hours, 3 hours. People watching, talking. It's very different.
Well, and you got your coffee, and you weren't going to give up your seat.
No, but we had to go. So
Yeah.
I figured I got this little tiny cup of espresso, about 45 minutes worth of coffee. But we did have to get up and go. But yeah, the tour guide was priding herself that she had never had a cup of coffee in her car. Never.
No.
Do you guys drink coffee in your car?
I don't personally, but I understand that was the thing in Zagreb, is that the coffee culture is you do not drink coffee in a car.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, and apparently it's throughout Croatia. It's a Croatian thing.
So yesterday, then we wrapped up the day,
Yeah.
and we headed from Zagreb to,
Karanac?
Karanac.
yes. Is it a C as an S or a C as a K in this case?
When the C does not have a mark over it, it's pronounced kind of an ST sound.
I thought
Karanac.
with the mark over the top, it was a ch.
Yeah, it did, but I don't
But
think this
there's
has a
no-
mark on it.
All right. So hence the
Yeah,
Yeah,
nobody
so-
marked up this one.
So none of us, know the local language or paying attention on that part
I'm
of
not
it.
so hot on English. I'm sure as heck I'm going to tackle
That's
Serbo
why we have a
Croatian.
tour guide.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
We had a nice bus ride here. I don't remember how long it took.
160 miles. Took us 3 hours, 3.5, 4, a couple of stops.
And so we got in here, and
But we knew we were still in civilization. Scott and I have agreed that the way you know you're still in civilization is if you see a McDonald's. And they have roadside, this is kind of their interstate, and they had these, the stations, the fuel and food stations on there, and one of them had a McDonald's. So we knew, however bleak it seemed out here, we were still in civilization.
We'd still be able to eat.
That's right. Well, assuming that, yeah, we won't get into it.
we arrived last night, and it was dark by the time we got here, and we're staying at this charming place. Any of you want to take a stab at describing it?
I think it's very rural, farm-like, very peaceful.
Yeah, one of the great sales jobs of our time was our tour guide as we're in the bus coming out here, trying to sell us on the refreshing, relaxing nature. You're going to a little village, 800 people,
It's quiet.
and it's quiet and it's peaceful, and you can unwind like we were wound up in the bus. And he said, it's not your 4-star, 5-star hotels like the tour usually stays in. This is quiet and peaceful. And it really is. The people in this town obviously built up 4 or 5 buildings of very nice rooms and have attracted some tours in here. And but the sales job was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Hey,
like we were
Roosters,
gonna rebel.
you have anything to say about that? No. So we've got the roosters here, the grapevines over there. It's a charming place.
Nice people.
Last night we went to dinner. We walked.
Get something. Excuse me.
Thanks for stopping by.
Okay, thank you.
We can scoop that.
He doesn't want to be
Sit
associated
back,
with this
sit
any
back.
longer.
So we walked to a restaurant and
In the rain.
In the rain. And that wasn't that bad.
Nah.
There was. We'll talk about the food here in a minute, but they had a gentleman there talking about the local music.
Yeah.
And the
Traditional musical instruments.
Music.
Yeah.
And
Ancient version of traditional music that is almost forgotten, but there is few of us who still play those instruments and like to do something about keeping them alive today. So our journey actually starts in ancient Persia. It has only one drone. Sounds like these were awfully out of tune. I hope I have them themed.
it was a really pleasant evening, and how the food.
Yeah, it was a food called peka that apparently is very traditional, where they half bury a vessel in the ground and fill it full of meat and potatoes and.
It's a metal dome
Yeah,
that
and
they put the
cover that,
coals on
put
top of
coals
that.
on top and let it sit for 4 or 5 hours and cook. And peka, it's a very traditional dish, and it was superb.
Yeah.
Superb.
We had veal, right? That was veal.
Yes, that was veal. Yep.
Yeah.
And it was very tender and flavorful. The potatoes were great.
Magnificent seasoning on the veal there as well.
Yeah. And good white wine. They grow their own grapes in this whole region. Is a white wine region, and it was just excellent. Very light, white, dry wine.
Finally.
There you go. There, somebody cued the rooster.
And the sun has finally come out
Yeah.
for us also. The dessert.
They were kind of like a semi-sweet raviolis, and
Like little dumplings that
Yeah,
were
yeah.
covered in breadcrumbs that were heated up and sugared, I suspect.
yeah,
And it was a plum filling.
Yes, yeah, almost
Plum's
like a plum
big
jam
here.
filling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
plum's big.
It was delicious. So that pretty much brings us up to last night, and where we're going to leave things here.
Here's our